Hello, my beautiful friends. Julianne here of Julianne Annette Art. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're new, I'd love it if you consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to share with you my November plans. I am co-hosting the Nov Mad Tea Party, the November Mad Tea Party with Jamie of Finding Joy in Color and Jennifer of Tulgey Wood Colors and Rachel Crafting Mama Bear. So the majority of my plans are going to be Alice in Wonderland related plans. And before I get into showing you, I just wanted to share, this is the palettes that Jamie had created, and she just put all of them into all of our names into a randomizer and assigned each of us a palette. So this one is my palette. So when we're looking at pages, I'm going to be thinking about what page I can do a color and chat with this one. I'm not sure how well it shows. This is kind of like a wine burgundy color. It's looking a little more brown on the camera. This is more burgundy and it looks kind of blackish gray. But this is like this is kind of like a deep reddish brown. This is more of it's more red than it's showing on the camera. But I'm only going to be doing my best to find the colors that match anyway. I will try to do all of the color palettes, but this is the one that is the main focus that I'm going to try to find. So normally in the past when I've done my plans videos, I will show you my whips that I'm working on first, the things that I hope to finish, but I'm going to go in the reverse order this time because those are things that I'll just plug away at, and if I get to them, I get to them. So the first thing I'm actually going to show you is the PDFs, which is usually what I show you last. So in my Where You Can Find Alice pages, I did share some of these. Now these are only the ones that I'm considering trying to color. I'm actually going to put this over on the other side here. So these ones are Mystic Art Mirrors, who's on Etsy. This is the queen. I'm not going to color all of these. Like out of these three, let me zoom you out. Out of these 3 pages, I would only color one of them. I'm definitely not leaning towards this one. I'm thinking one of these 2 at the moment. This is the one that's standing out to me, but we'll see how I feel in the moment. I feel like this would be a nice one to just kind of play with and have fun with blocky colors a little bit. And then I have these 3 Fabiana Attanasio ones from her Etsy. I definitely wouldn't color all 3. Again, I would just maybe do one. As for which one, honestly, I don't know. Probably one of these 2. But it might just... I think this is something that I might leave, see how I'm doing for the month, and if towards the end of the month I feel like I've gotten some good progress done, then I might try to tackle one of these, because I think if I try to start one of these early in the month, I might get bogged down and not get to anything else. And then I've got these Hannah Lynn ones, which are printouts from her Sweet and Simple mini book, and Sweet and Simple Whimsy Girls. So they are all different Alice characters, but as her Whimsy Girls. So again, I don't know which ones I would actually want to color. Not all of them, but I'd like to try to get a couple of them done. And I think I have one more here. Oh, this other Alice page. I'm actually not going to do this one. I meant to take that out of the stack. So those are the PDFs that I had showed you last time. The next bunch of PDFs here, these are the ones that the artists have generously supplied to us to color for the month of November. So some of them have created them especially for this occasion. Some of them have not. Jamie did show you in her video, and has the link in her video. So I'm going to link to that video in my description as well. This is the Mad Tea Party bingo, because I will be trying to fill in the spaces for the bingo prompts. So The first one we have is this bookmark. Now this is like an easy for sure. I can do this one. It's the bookmark that Sugar Sweet designed for just for this occasion. He had reached out to Jamie, and I think he had heard from a fellow artist that we were doing it, and so he actually reached out to Jamie and asked if he could share something with us as well. So he designed this just for us, just for this occasion, which is really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to do this one. And then I just want to say too, like, we are so grateful to every single artist that shared their work with us, whether it was previously drawn work or that they drew it special for this occasion. It's all just really, really cool that so many artists were willing to share their work and to participate. So that's really fun. So this one is Leslie Brzezinski. And I quite like this page because it is literally the only page that has a dodo bird out of all of the ones that I've seen, except in my specific little Alice kind of postcard book. So I would love to try to color this one. I think it would be a fun one with alcohol markers. And I think anything that I can do with some alcohol markers is just gonna, you know, zip along a little easier. I pulled this one by Amandine Jung. And she did share 3 of them with us, but this is the one that speaks to me the most, so I'd like to try to do this one. I feel like this one would be fun to try to do some basing with soft pastels and then just like add in some color. I think it would be a fun one to try to do the pastel color palette on even. Then there's this one here. And this one is Heidi, and I forget her last name, but she's a fellow colorist, and she has this coloring book of, it's not called Twisted Tales, but it's something Tales, and I will insert the image of the coloring book cover. But I think this is just a really cool design. She's like a marionette. She's on the little Mad Hatter teacup here, so it's just really cool. Style of art, and I like it a lot. So I think this would be a really fun one to do. I feel like this one might go well with this color palette, but I also feel like I could pull off really well with this color palette. So this is one that I'm considering with, because as a reminder, this is the color palette that I'll be specifically doing a color and chat with, even though I will try to get a page done out of each of them. And then this one here, oh, it cut off, but it's Helena, maybe Dalmeda art, but I know it's Helena anyway. And she is the Portuguese artist who actually shared Space Timber coloring page. She drew one just for Space Timber, and then she also drew this one just for us for this hashtag monthly theme, whatever you like to call it. So again, it's just super cute, and I would like, my goal would be to color, I would love to color everything that the artist shared with us, but I wouldn't be able to touch any of my own things. But I would really love to color the ones that the artist drew specifically for us. That just feels like I would really love to do that, and then get to a couple others as well. So, oh look, I did add this one in as well. This is another one from Amandine Jung. Cheshire Cat, again, I think this one could be fun to just play with some blocky alcohol markers with this one. And then this one here, this is the one that Jen Racine shared, and she drew it just for this challenge, or for this Mad Tea Party, November Mad Tea Party. So it has a lot of elements for the bingo board. It's just like super detailed, super beautiful. So I would love to try to get this one done. I think this one is another one that would look really cool with this color palette or with this color palette. But actually maybe this one. And then maybe the Heidi one with this one. That would be fun. Okay, so, and then there's this page here, and I don't remember the name of the artist, so I'm going to put it up on the screen. And so like Jamie said, she actually did share the sepia colored one, the black line work, and the gray line work. And so I wanted to do it with the sepia because I really want to do like the super autumn leaf colors. I just think that would look really beautiful to make it a really golden and orange and bronze copper kind of background, and Alice with her blue dress kind of standing out from it, and the white rabbit. So that's my thought there. The page is called Autumnal Alice, and she is I did see that she does have this on her Etsy shop as well, but it's fun to be able to have it donated to us. And then there's also this one, which is Kevin Teo Art. Again, I think this one would be one that could easily zip out with some alcohol markers. So again, anything that I could do with alcohol markers to just make it a little bit faster, I think is a good, that I can try to get to those ones. I did want to mention for this one, I would actually like to try to do it with watercolor markers, I'm hoping, but maybe watercolor paint. So that's kind of my thought for this one. And I'm thinking I might just, like, it's not super thick paper, but it is the Neenah. So I was thinking, even though it's not watercolor paper, if I tape it down to my desk and treat it like watercolor paper and not remove it until it's dry, that maybe I can minimize the buckling in it. So that's my PDFs. I don't think I have any more. Sorry, my throat is already bugging me. And so then now we're on to the actual like coloring book pages. So this one I showed you before, the Classic Coloring Alice in Wonderland. It's just these, they're kind of like postcards, they're cardstock. And I just think they'd be really good with watercolors. So I have absolutely no preference of what page to do, although actually this first one stands out that I might just go with that one. So I might try with watercolors, or maybe with the watercolor markers as well, or maybe something like Super Tips or another kind of water-based marker where you put it on the plate and use it as a watercolor paint. I might try that with one of these pages. But yeah, like I have no preference of a page because there's all sorts of them. This one I like, this one I like, the first one I like. I wouldn't do one of these more detailed ones. I would definitely do something a little bit more like one of these. So something in there I would like to do. Not really any preference of which one. And in this one, which is Fantasyland by Southern Lotus, there's two pages in here that I'm thinking of. This one with the elephant and the unbirthday party, I do think this one is really cute. And this one with her as Alice falling down the rabbit hole. So those ones are the only cozy ones that I'm specifically thinking of. And then I have, because I have some of these, well, all of my Disney Hachette Hero books are completely untouched. So I would love the opportunity to actually get to one of them. So I'm not going to do all of these. I would only do one, and it would be just which one I feel like in the moment. So the ones that I've tagged are from Disney Portraits. I've tagged this one with Alice and the Flowers, and then right behind it is just the Cheshire Cat. And I have Nature. And I think this is if I feel like I'm doing better for time and getting stuff done, but I do really love this page. And also this page, although I think I do lean a little bit more towards this page. If I'm doing really well for time and just getting a lot of things done and feeling really productive, this would be my first choice to do. If I'm feeling less productive for time, then I would likely do something in Art Deco here. And this one, so I only just got this a few days ago. I had ordered like one of those used in good condition copies, or in very good condition, which is supposed to be untouched, but let me tell you, it wasn't. It has 2 pages colored, but whatever, that's just a challenge. It was really cheap, so I can't complain. So we've got the Alice page here, the Queen of Hearts, and Cheshire Cat. I would likely do the Cheshire Cat or the Alice over the Queen of Hearts. I like my queens looking like this, so I think the Queen of Hearts is probably my least interesting villain. So I don't care to actually do that one too much. And then in Boule de Poil by Diana DeFore, I'm actually going to do a buddy color with my co-host Jamie, and we're going to do this page here, which I had showed you in my ideas where to color Alice pages. And I had said I like the idea of doing it as she's just like Alice as a little girl, and she's playing pretend and having this tea party, and you know, making this the Cheshire Cat. And I'm thinking of maybe adding some elements on the floor, like playing cards, or maybe like a crown sitting, you know, sitting up here, and this can be Dinah, and or maybe like I thought adding some elements on the wall. So I'm not quite sure how I would do it just yet, but I definitely plan to add some elements to make it a bit more Alice. Like more Wonderland elements to add to the imaginative play that she has in the mental story. And so, like I said, Jamie and I are gonna do a buddy color with that one. So that's fun. I only have one completed page in this book, so I'll be really excited to get another page done. I mean, everything else I've shown you so far is untouched, but this is one of the books that I'd love to complete. So. Then I have this one, and I did not show you this in my Where to Find Alice pages because I didn't think there would be anything in it. It's Chill Volume 1, A Winter Coloring Experience. It's by the Itsy Crafty Spider, and it's got really, really cute pages, and I was flipping through it just because I was putting things away, and I came to this page. And I saw the cat and the cat and the heart, and I thought this could be like a little Mad Hatter. And so then I had the idea to make it, she's just a modern girl, but she loves Alice in Wonderland. And so I thought of making like one of the books on the shelves, actually Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass or something like that. And that she's writing a story, a new book inspired by Alice in Wonderland. This could be the White Rabbit running. I'm late, so maybe he can hold a pocket watch. And so I just thought it would be fun to add some elements. I was thinking this I could make into the Cheshire Cat, and, you know, add a little crown somewhere. Maybe can turn this little cactus into something different. And just add some elements to make it like she's just so obsessed with Alice in Wonderland and so in love with it that she's writing a new story that's like inspired by. Because I do love those kind of fiction books that are based on fairy tales, like fairy tale retellings. I like those kind of books, and so I thought that would be cool, like that she's just an author of one of those books. Maybe this is the Cheshire Cat on her earphones here. So I really want to do this page. That one's high on my list. And then Fairy Tales by Emily Liedhall Oberg. If anybody actually knows, is it Liedhall or Liedhall? Please tell me. And it's this, wherever it is here. Yeah, this Alice page here. I would just really love to get this page done. It's like if I was to prioritize that Chill one and the Boule de Poil page with Jamie, and then maybe this one are my three top coloring book ones that I'd like to get to. Doesn't mean that they're the only coloring book ones that I'd like to get to, but they're my three higher priority ones. But I do have other ones. So this one is Mythagoria Midnight Murderess by Alessandra Fusti. And I just think this page here is very Alice. So I would love to do this one as well, but it's definitely lower on the priority list. portraits, I always tend to like to do a lot of shading, and she is very beautiful, so I would want to give it a lot of shading. I don't know if I'd be able to get to it. It's one of those ones that I would do if I felt like I was doing well for time. Also in Fadorables Minis 2 by Selena Fennick, we have these 2 Alice pages, and I might try to do one of them. Not both, but one. So there's this one, I think it's definitely Alice having her tea party with the rabbit and the hedgehog. And there's this one that is 100% Alice. And I think they're just nice, small, easy pages that I could get one done fairly quickly. So I'll try to do one of those at least. I have so many things in the stack. So this here now is not Alice related, but now we're on to the non-Alice related portion of my plans for the month. The Wicked Witch of Oz. This is by Tabrith, who also did the Dark Fairies coloring book. And a few of us have started a group on Instagram where we're going to work through this book, just one page at a time, from the front to the back. And so for November, we chose to do this page. I think we decided to make it 2 months per page, though. So this will be a November, December page. So if I can get to it and start it in November, that would be awesome. That I'm not leaving it for myself in December. But if I don't get to it, that's also okay. But it is, if I'm feeling really good about all my Alice pages, or if I'm feeling a little burned out on Alice pages, then I might start this page. So there's that one. If you do have this book and you want to join us, message me on Instagram and I can add you to the group. Then I have, this is a whip that I showed you, and I'm just going to show you quickly, but I just want to finish this. I didn't get to it. I haven't colored at all in the last couple of weeks. I've been doing a lot of kind of housekeeping things, trying to get my coloring books in order and my supplies in order, so I haven't really gotten to this. Plus I wanted to do all my Alice filming, so that's still something I'm working on. And then I'm still working on this in Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosans. The one I'm actually trying to work on is the Sleeping Beauty one. The other ones I'll get back to eventually, but it's the Sleeping Beauty that I'll work on if I can get to it. Let me just set these aside. I don't really have a whole lot of space here. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on with the whips. And then I'm going to show you some other plants that I hope to get to. So this one I've shown you before. It's the whip that I'm doing with my friend Colleen. Colleen's Crafty Corner on Instagram. I had shown you that I had done these in the mint green, and I have now erased it with my electric eraser, but that's the best that I could do because I had already burnished it. And somebody had commented that they really loved that green color. It was their favorite color. I love the green color that I did as well. It's a beautiful color, and it is one of my favorite colors. It's just not what I had mentally pictured. Therefore, I couldn't go on with it, kind of thing. So that's that. This is not the page that I was thinking of doing. These stickies that I put on do leave a little bit of a sticky residue, I noticed, so that's unfortunate. I'll have to pop through my books real quick and get rid of them. This one with the vignettes, I thought this would be something that I could work on. Did I mention this is Mine Rise Dirt Europa by Rita Verman. So this one, because it has the cat, the books, the roses, the cake, the teapot, teacup, it would make that a dodo maybe. And the umbrella. So it's got a lot of things that work for the bingo. So, and it would be something that I could just work a little bit at it, and I would consider each one of these vignettes complete as I go. So if I completed 3 of the vignettes, that would be enough. I wouldn't feel the need to complete the entire page to call it completed. So I thought that's something that would be nice, easy to work on. A couple more whips. I had shown you guys this one in Life of Witches by Usiku, and I have made some more progress on this one. I've decided to take it into bed with me and have a little set of colored pencils. I'm working on it with my Arctics. So I've just been plugging away a little bit more at it. So I'm going to continue to do that and just have it at my bedside and plug away at it. So this one I expect I will finish. And then Small Victories, I'm also doing the same thing. I have a set of pencils. I started this page. And I am using my Ohuhu pencils. And so same thing, I'm just working on it in bed and plugging away, because I like to just go to bed early and sit in bed for a little bit before I actually go to sleep. And I thought this was just a nice thing to do instead of doom scrolling on my phone. So also, this is just fun autumn colors. I haven't really done anything autumn, so I thought this was a nice thing to just get that autumn colors urge out of my system. So that's Small Victories by Joanna Basford. And then I have this one. This is probably going to be my next in bed one. I had shown you this, that I had started to base it and then didn't know what to do with the background. Now I have an idea for a background. So once I'm done those other two as like in bed plug away at books, then I'll work on a background for this maybe, and maybe get it done by the end of the month, but maybe not. It's kind of less of a priority at this point because the group challenge that it was for is already passed. So I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm not too worried about it. So next I have 4 books that are my very good friend, used to be the Fiction Kitten, now is Kit Shadows on Instagram. And we have 4 books that we are doing as kind of cozy project books, where we're taking turns choosing pages out of them. So I have not started any of these, and this has been a project that we decided to start like probably a month and a half ago. But they are very understanding of my lack of coloring motivation, which I appreciate. And so this one is Comfy Pals by Serenia Art. And they chose this fun page, which is, it's cute. It's got the mushrooms, so it feels kind of fall. I guess this is the moon, not the sun. So I like that, because I would want it to be a nighttime one. So this will probably be one that I either A, work on if I'm feeling just kind of burnt out on Alice, or when I finish my other ones that I plug away at on my bedside kind of thing. So this is one of 4 that I'm working on with Kit Shadows. This Sacred Presence by Sierra Trong. Probably not saying her last name right. This is a beautiful book, and she has another one called Earth Song, which is even more beautiful, and I desperately need it. Desperately, you know. This is not the page that we're doing. I had flagged the wrong one, and I chose the page out of this one too. It's funny that I couldn't remember the pages that I had chosen. This is the page. And Kit has already done their page, so I just need to do this one. I just think the art in this book is so beautiful. It's not quite cozy either, but yeah, I'm considering it cozy. I'm going to treat it like a cozy book. So then we have the Huldra Folk Mythical Creatures, and this one I chose Naga Nap. It's another one that I had forgotten. I tore the flag out of it. I'm like, why is this page flagged? It's by Oda Agda. And then the third book we're doing together is Fun Fair Days. And it looks like my tag didn't want to. Fun Fair Days by Miss Kitsch, the Cool Kitsch Club. And it's this raccoon party page, which is kind of a funny page. So Kit chose that one. So those are all ones that I'm just going to plug away at bedtime kind of thing. So then some other ones that are just Like I would like to try to get to. I have Cappy Days and Froggy Days. I wouldn't do both of them, but I am in a Miss Kitsch color palette group on Instagram, and it's quite an autumn palette. So I'm going to either do this one from Cappy Days or this one from Froggy Days, and that'll just be, again, I say I'm going to do it. I have no idea if I'm going to do it. Then I have these books, and basically they're just all fall ones that I have bought, and I would love to get something fall colored before fall is over and it's on to winter. So again, these would be working with alcohol markers, just kind of my bedside coloring, plugging away at things. I have the Huldrefolk Spooky Tales by Oda Agda. I had marked a couple pages that were fun fall-like, that are not necessarily, well, that one's a little bit Halloween-y, but this one's just very fall, so I thought that would be a good one to color, that I could color in November still. I have Huga Hollow by Steph Mortimer, who is Sunray. Yeah, Sunray Books. And if you haven't checked out Sunray Books, everything Steph Mortimer that is hand-drawn is super cute. She has such a fun, cute style. I would not do a trick-or-treating page, but, you know, maybe another page that is not quite Halloween-y, I would love to try to get to. So we'll see about it. Like I said, it's just, you know, I have all these Halloween and fall books. I just wanted to get to something. Then we have Little Miss Pumpkinhead, Cozy Autumn and Halloween Coloring Book. I had flagged this one. I think it's super cute. I think it was for one of the color palettes, but I still might just try to color it if I can. I'm not going to get to all of these. There's no question about that. It's just going to be kind of what I feel in the moment. Then I have Miss Kitsch, Cool Kitsch Club. Definitely one of my favorites because I have the Spookies, and then I have her Autumn Whimsy book as well. So I had flagged this one because, again, it's not super Halloween-y. I think it's very autumn. It could also work for the Cool Kitsch palette one, you know. So I have that, and then I have Autumn Whimsy. And these are the ones that I had flagged that I thought would be cute for the autumn color palette, but they're all cute. They would all work. And I'm also in a Cozy Japan group, and we are doing this noodle bowl for November. So I might try to get to that. That's Cozy Japan by Jade Summer. It would be another one that I just work on in bed. I think this would be really fun with a super pastel color palette. Very, very kawaii, you know? So, and then I have some more PDFs to show you. These are ones, her name is Caitlin on Instagram, and I'm not sure, I'm going to put her Instagram name up. I'm not sure if I don't think she has a YouTube. I think she's just on Instagram. But basically, these two pages, this is from Coco Wyo's Color Your Aesthetic book. And she had done a lot in the book. And so she kind of put out an announcement at the beginning of 2025 that she would love to finish the book by the end of 2025 and was looking for buddies to color. So I reached out to her about both of these pages, and so she said that she's finished hers. I would like to do mine, whether I get them done. They're pages that, again, I might start them in November and then finish them in December. And it'll just kind of depend on how burnt out I'm feeling. And then this is another one that I had said I wanted to join, but I think Tally, who I don't remember her full Instagram handle, so I'll put it up there as well. Tally is doing this one with us. So all three of these are from Coco Wyo's Color Your Aesthetic. They're all ones that I would like to start. I mean, it would be great if I could actually get one of these completed this month so that I'm not leaving it, or like get them all based with alcohol marker maybe, and then just do some shading in December. Something to make it less difficult on myself. This one is from Mrs. Butterd, Villains book, and this is another kind of project book with kit shadows, and it's the hook page. And so I got this far and started it like a month and a half ago, and then that was as far as I got, and then it just kind of got put aside. So I would like to get back to it, but it's one of those ones that when I'm feeling inspired, it'll just be my bedside coloring. And then this is another one that is a buddy color with Brittany, who is coloring through it. And we said we would do this page, and I just really was craving doing like portrait skin. And so I started it, and that was as far as I got. And I also, like, I was challenging myself to not go super light and to try to add more darkness and depth. So this is a Lana Green page. It is from one of her coloring books, volume 1, 2, or 3. I don't know because I printed them all out, so I have no idea which book I pulled it out of. But it's called Beta. It's also on her Etsy shop, and it's also on her website. You can buy the full coloring books on her website, and depending on how many of the pages that you want, it is cheaper to color. Depending on how many pages you want, it is cheaper to get the book than buying the individual pages. So that is that. I don't think I'll get to that, but that's something, again, I might plug away at if I'm feeling really like doing that detailed shading or something. So the last one I'm going to show you is from Nice Little Town 10. And Meg's Coloring Corner had done book 6 as a buddy color with her, like a project book with her friend Brandy on Instagram. And when she finished that, she said she was going to do book 10 next. And a few of us said that we wanted to join. So now there's a few more of us in the group. And we're doing this page because it's got a tea party. And it works for unbirthday party for the hashtag. So this is the November page. But I had this book 10 specifically on PDF and had already printed out the entire book on PDF before I got this book. And so I am determined to color book 10 specifically on the PDF sheets. And currently it's missing. I don't know where it is. And I refuse to color the Amazon paper one. So if I can find the folder that I have the PDF book in, then I will do it. But if I can't, I'm not going to do that page. I'm happy to color the rest of the book on the Amazon paper. It's just I went through the effort to print it out and to put it in one of my poly books, and so I want to actually, color it in there. If I can find it, that's on the docket for what I might color in November. If I can't find it, it's just gonna have to get pushed till another time. I'm not overly worried about it. I have enough to color. So that's it. That's a lot of things. Like I said, a lot of them are just plug away at like at bedtime, just kind of mindless coloring on my bedside. A lot of it is just plug away at my bedtime, at my bedside with whatever set of pencils or alcohol markers. And some of it, like a good amount, I can just do like nice simple alcohol marker basing. There's only a few of them that are more detailed, I think. So I'm going to try to focus on the more detailed ones earlier in the month. Or like, I'm going to try to manage my time a little bit better. But my hours with working have gone way down because it's as busy. Like, I live in a resort town, which I've told you guys before, and I work at a winery, which is very tourist oriented. So, it's definitely off season now. And I'm going to have a lot more time to focus on coloring and focus on maybe spending some time organizing my space better and that kind of stuff. So I feel good about being able to color more this month than I have. And I'm also a lot more motivated than I have been in the past several months. So I definitely feel confident that I can get a good chunk done. And not necessarily everything that I've shown you. Definitely not everything that I've shown you. But I think I can definitely get the ones that I've prioritized. Looking at it all now, I don't think I'll get to those Fabiana PDF books. That's quite unlikely. But we'll see how everything goes. You never know. I might just really rock it out and get a whole bunch of pages colored. So that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments, what are you looking forward to coloring for November? Are you going to be coloring Alice pages with us? Are you focusing on the last salvages of autumn, or are you already moving on to the winter and Christmas pages? Let me know what are your plans for the month of November. And thank you so much for watching and sharing your time with me. And be kind to yourselves out there. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.